Well, hello again. You know, I need to quit reading the news and stuff because there's sure a bunch. All these people talk, and there's all this stuff about misinformation, disinformation, all this kind of stuff. Well, all you got to do is read the news, and there's disinformation and misinformation mostly from everywhere. I don't think people know what the truth is anymore. I've mentioned that ACLU advertisement wanting your $19 a month to support liberty and all this. Well, there's a bunch of stuff on there. People are passing laws so you can't vote. People are doing this, that, and the other so you can't vote and do this other stuff. And can't have abortions. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, you know what? It's not. It's not the Constitution. And oh, good grief! I was listening to something that President Biden was saying, and I don't pay much attention to them politicians, but that guy, he can say something a year ago or 6 months ago, and he can turn around and say exactly the opposite now. And I don't know. And they're all that way. Good grief. About the only guy I know, well, there's about 5 or 6 or 7 maybe that usually sound pretty good. All them big talking heads. I don't care who you. That guy has got. I don't care whether they say they're Republican, Democrat, or what they are. It don't really matter. You know, them guys lawyers. I've talked before about the Pharisees and the Sadducees in the New Testament that gave Christ such a tough time because they were learned in the law. Well, the law of their land of that day, just as our Constitution is the law of this land today, their law was the law of Moses, and they were well learned in it, and they could do all this kind of stuff. They could quote all these things, and they knew everything right down. Well, we got all these lawyers nowadays, most of them politicians back there, but I don't know how they can claim to be such great guys. I don't know about that Harvard and Yale. They must graduate people like Oregon just passed a thing to graduate high school students that don't know math or English or some other thing, science, because it's prejudicial. But anyhow, everything people say, there's not a one of them know what unalienable rights are. There's not a one of them know what natural law is, what natural rights are. They're just natural. You change from that, you've gone to the law that a man made. You change from unalienable rights, you go to what a man made. Now you made yourself a dictator, a tyrant, a king, whatever you want to call it. Back in the Civil War, when the Civil War was over, they changed us. People say, no, we're the United States of America. No, we're the Empire of America. Because if you check real good and you pay attention to what happened, our republic disappeared. Just like that old Benjamin Franklin told that lady when they was leaving the Constitutional Convention. He says, well, you've got a republic if you can keep it. Well, guess what? Them two parties that formed during Adams' administration made this not a republic. It was what the party wanted, not what the people wanted. Well, they had trouble clear up until I can't remember, 1916, 1970. It was that 17th Amendment, I think. Well, the 16th was about, they created the IRS so the federal government could get its own money, rob from the people directly. Now, the 17th was when they put, so people could vote for the senators instead of senators being appointed by the state legislature. That being appointed by the state legislature made the states independent, sovereign entities. When they made it so the people could vote, they made it so it was that highly touted but not constitutional one nation under God, instead of it being 50 nations in a union. It's beautiful. Pay attention. Read, study, go. Pay attention. Listen to these guys. Listen to them heroes. Listen to that Biden. Listen to that. Oh, I don't care who they all are. I can't remember all their names. They're all disinformation, misinformation, and downright lies. When I was a kid, I was taught that a salesman is a natural-born liar. If you went and bought a used car, you had to be careful because the salesman was a liar. Oh, they passed all these things since then to say, oh, they got the Fox thing that the Fox deal tells you, oh, what all this car's been in, wreckage, accidents or anything. Still, it's a bunch of baloney. Figures don't lie. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. But liars can do the figuring. You gotta be careful. Unalienable rights. That ACLU says we've lost these, we gotta get these rights for you. No, a lot of the stuff they're pushing takes the rights of everybody else away because it moves the rights of a minority or a small group or something in and forces the majority, the regular citizens, to do what that minority wants. That's not legal under the Constitution. No way, no how. All this democratic vote, it's not legal under the Constitution because if, let's say a state like my state, Arizona, they want to outlaw abortion, they want to have special gun laws, etc. It's up to the people. Go read that Constitution. Those regulations, that Second Amendment in the Constitution, is for the United States government. The federal government has no business. They can't touch my guns. My state, unless it's in my state's Constitution, can make laws about the states in certain cities and schools and hospitals, etc. Abortions, that's an unalienable right. Those things are touted in the U.S. Constitution. If it's not in the state constitution, the people, the religious groups and whatever, this county or that county or the whole state can allow abortions or negate. Go read it. Go study. These lawyers have made all kinds of money off of everything. That Camp Lejeune thing that came up back there now, where the government passed this law that, the taxpayers are footing the bill. one that came back up. It got resurrected somehow, that one about asbestos causing whatever that kind of breathing stuff is in your lungs. It was back in the 70s. So, set aside so many billions of dollars. Well, you never heard about it for 30 years. Now, it's back up. If you were such and such before a certain date. See, all this stuff, disinformation, misinformation, it all has to do with the money, with the power, what the party wants, what the billionaire wants, and what those marionette masters that are pulling the strings on all them party politicians want. Not we the people. We the people are the authority of the government. And we the people have been shut down. We've been told to go sit in a corner and mind your own business. You want to sit in the corner? Go ahead. Don't complain that you ain't getting your rights. And that all the others, people that you don't like, that you don't think they ought to be able to do the things they're doing. Why aren't they? They can do anything they want. That's liberty. They just can't attack me. They can't make me do what they want. And these kind of things. Because if they do, I got a right to defend myself. That's a natural law. You go out and you mess with a bear's cubs, and she attacks you and bites your head off, that's her right. You shouldn't have messed with her cubs. Think about it. Oh, I'll talk again. I just got to quit watching the news. May God bless y'all and have a good day.